Good evening. This is an introduction to TE 826, Content Methods and Strategies in ESL for this spring. You have the syllabus on the site, on the Canvas site. I want to mention Canvas is new to me. I'm treating it kind of like Blackboard. I'm assuming that if I mess up, you'll let me know, and I'll make some corrections. The first assignment I do have is to make the culture map, and I just want to mention a couple of things about that. Is that the culture map is very important in this class, so that's why I think I put 20 points on it. I'll correct the points but I want to emphasize it's very important as an initial assignment, because it actually gives me information about who you are, where you're from, your background, where you grew up. You can choose to write about where you grew up, or you can even choose, if you've been somewhere for quite a while, you can make that your culture map. And I mentioned in the instructions for how to draw it that you want to get a nice big poster. I did send you some samples. Those are actually pretty big 11 by 17 sheets, or even posters. People actually take a picture of them, make an attachment, and just put it in with their Canvas discussion entry. And you have 3 paragraphs that you'll write about, and I've given you some examples in there, things you want to mention about your background. Share things you want to share. Don't share things you're not under any obligation to reveal any secrets or anything. The idea is, if we were in a classroom, we'd want to get to know each other and develop a professional relationship and a friendly relationship. This exercise, the culture map, can be used with little kids. Instead of writing out their feelings, they might get up in class and discuss what's on their little map, and maybe you could keep those and put them up on the wall and use them for additional assignments. We always want to gather information on people, and you don't want to sneak around looking on their Facebook page and trying to figure out who they are. I'm pretty private about my Facebook page, so at least I think I am. I don't know if the settings are right. However, the purpose of it is to give me an idea about what your expectations are for the class, what you need, where you're from, your background, anything that influenced you, your experience with diversity, particularly, obviously, in this class, working with second language learners. Maybe interaction, and I also talk about issues of working with migrants, issues of undocumented people that is now a huge issue in the United States with the present administration. So I would like you to make sure you make an attachment of your map and include it. Sorry for the slight delay. I had to add to my grocery list. Where was I? See, now I can't remember anything. But I want to see your background in diversity, and I also want to know, where you're working, if you're teaching right now, and what your situation is. And it's real important, because maybe there's some things where I can provide some extra assistance or direction for you. And there are a lot of people in the class, so the more I know up front makes it a lot easier, because online classes are very time consuming in terms of responding to students. And I enjoy responding to individual requests for information and stuff, where you can call me. I think I put my cell number on there, but probably it's better to call me during the day with the cell number, not call me at 10 o'clock at night and wonder what I'm up to. The syllabus, I'm going to get into the syllabus now. If you have any questions about the map, it's very important to do a good job on it, make it nice and colorful, attach it with your 3 paragraphs talking about your background and your map and the influences in your life, and revealing that which you wish to reveal. Okay, I think I put 20 points on this first one, and that's how I want to do it, because most of them are going to be 15, I think, but the first one's kind of more of a big deal. You're going to have other assignments in this class. Interview with a teacher due by the 19th. This will be with an ESL teacher. Hopefully one that you can actually go to their classroom. I don't want you to just call somebody up or interview them over email. If you have a problem finding an ESL teacher completely, you can't even find one within driving distance, then that's different. But I want you to actually visit the classroom if at all possible. Let's make this as real as we can because we're talking about teaching strategies. Also, you'll be doing a lesson plan on the 19th and a unit plan, which is going to be several lesson plans to do on the 28th. And these should be designed to meet your particular needs or what you'll be teaching. Like if you're an elementary science teacher and you're picking up this endorsement ESL, then you should be doing elementary science ESL assignments that would take into account having ESL students in your room. You may not have a sheltered workshop. Sheltered meaning you just have a class that's only ESL kids. English language learners is the term we use. Now they've shortened it to English learners. You know, that kind of confuses people. They're always playing with the acronyms. I mentioned that I use YouTube. That's how you're going to see this video. I'll have a link. And there are a couple things you need to go through syllabus. You need to complete a technology agreement. And then it talks about issues of disabilities, pregnancy, which is often an issue with students in their 20s and 30s and growing families that people have. You just need to talk to me. If you have something long-term, more serious, whatever that is, let me know. We have an office for that mentioned here, but if it's just, you have to be gone a week or something, we can work that out. Also, we now, because of the issues in the news, they've now added about harassment, violence, assault, sexual, or intimidation. I count all these as the same ugly thing. Well, in other words, there's no place for that in this world, and thank God NBC News got the message. Okay. Well, I think that's about it as far as the course. We're going to be focusing on two things. One of them is, as far as textbooks, I like the SIOP model. It's called the Sheltered Instructional Observational Protocol. It originally even comes a little CD in the back, but yeah, I think CD or DVD. But basically, it's a very structured way to teach English language learners. A lot of research is involved in this. A lot of things that are used with ESL and even regular classroom students is not research-based. People use it, and they get very cranky when you call them on it or if you question it. And I won't go into that because I know a lot of you use some of these, Okay, an example would be accelerated reader. And for some students, it works great. And for some students, it's not appropriate. It's not really going to work with ESL kids. There is a way to get them to read, of course, but I would just say this: you can't just turn them loose in a room, tell them pick out some books and read them. You have to think about preparing them to read because they don't have the requisite skills. They may not have they may not be literate in their own language. So reading is an issue in any language. We'll get into that later. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. If you have any questions, you can email me. It's at Tracy GE, and I will respond to those quite quickly. If you have any questions about the ESL program, I'm in charge of it. I'm doing some restructuring on it, but that won't impact you in this semester. So, but if you have questions in the future, I do tell people that if you're an ESL endorsed person, I should at least be one of your advisors. Okay. Now, if you're just taking this as one class, it's not an issue. But if you're seeking the ESL endorsement for the state of Nebraska or using it somewhere else, then feel free to call upon me as an advisor or resource for you. I think that's about all I have to say right now. I hope I don't get another call. I keep getting little calls to add things onto my grocery list. So I will let you go, and I'm so thankful it's warmed up here in Nebraska, you know. So I look forward to hearing from you, and I thank you very much.